Hello ladies and gentlemen, a very big welcome to you, and I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It's the new year, 1929. The hedonism of the 20s gives way to the Great Depression. So we are playing Hollywood Animal, and the whole thing here is that our job is to take a bankrupt Hollywood studio. The advent of talkies heralds the golden age of Hollywood and gives life to the way of cinema. This game deals with things from the 20s and 30s, racism, sexism, all the fun things from back then that is sort of bad now. Film companies fiercely compete for market and influence. The strong devour the weak. You purchase a bankrupt studio to build a new business on its ruins. So first thing first, we get to name our studio. So we're going to call it Pie Man Studio. We get to pick our little logo. There's a lot of logos here. We're going to pick a rhino, because rhinos are awesome. And we get to name our executives. We're just going to leave them as they are. And we get to pick our first film. Which we can pick a detective film, a romance. This is all going to come in later. We'll pick a romance. Romantic comedy. I'll put my sound up a little bit so I can hear it. A little louder. A little too loud. Okay, so, Blind Love. It is a romantic comedy set in a modern American town. The protagonist is Johnny Redmond, played by Joe Duvall. He's a clumsy oaf. In a small town there lived a boy named Johnny Redmond. He was a kind-hearted and talented dancer. But he was also very shy. Whenever anyone watched him dance, Johnny became nervous and forgot all his moves. From an early age, Johnny always dreamt of winning the Crystal Slipper, the city main dance competition. So the supporting characters here, we have a rival. For the past 6 years, running the slipper had always gone to an arrogant slug named Duncan. Johnny applied for the competition and danced in front of the selection committee. But one look from Duncan was enough to tangle our hero's legs and send him spinning to the floor. "What are you doing, you idiot?" The champion laughed. "Not even a blind person could watch you dance." But Johnny never gave up, and the next day he came across a pamphlet for Chime, a dance club for the blind. Finally, the chance he needed to overcome his fears and get used to dancing in front of people. Then he could wipe the floor with Duncan. So Duncan is played by Arthur Gray. And then we have a strict parent. Johnny was determined to go to Chime that very evening, but his mother found the pamphlet in his bag. "Don't you dare think about dancing. Your stupid father loved dancing too." And danced himself all the way to How do you dance yourself to prison? She scolded her son and locked him in his room, but Johnny was flexible and limber. He squeezed through the tiny window and went out in the evening dance. There's a lot of reading in this. I do think that they should probably look at stuff like this, maybe doing voiceovers. And then we have the love interest. At Chime, Johnny meets beautiful Lily and a million butterflies flutter in his stomach. Lily wasn't blind either, and like Johnny was hoping to overcome self-doubt. Lily and Johnny danced and laughed all evening. And when they parted, they agreed to meet again. So Lily is played by Betty Patterson. Every evening, Johnny escapes his room and meets Lily at the club. Their movements grow bolder and more exact. One day, Johnny wants to kiss Lily, but he can't. The boy's legs buckle with excitement and he falls to the floor with a crash. That evening, Johnny shares his dream of winning the crystal slipper. Lily admits that she has the same dream, and since they're competitors, they can no longer be together. Aww. Sad. The whole next day, Johnny is tormented. Is dancing more important than true love? He finds Lily's address and performs a glamorous dance right under her window. All the neighbors gather to gawk, but Johnny doesn't even care. He dances as passionately as ever. Amazed, Lily runs into the street and Johnny kisses her and she kisses him back. Johnny, I don't care about the competition. I want to be yours forever. Johnny and Lily decide they'll perform at the Crystal Slipper as a couple. The jury protests. This is a singles competition, but when Johnny sees Duncan among the competitors, he takes Lily by the hand and rushes onto the dance floor. At the end of the magical performance, Johnny kneels down and says 2 words to Lily. Marry me. The women choke and sob. The men give a standing ovation. The stunned jury goes against all the rules and awards Johnny and Lily the grand prize. Duncan is furious. Johnny and Lily realize they love each other more than anything. In the long summer evenings, they sit at the window, holding hands and talking about their feelings. A year after the wedding, Lily gives birth to a wonderful baby. Perhaps one day he will too become champion of the Crystal Slipper. So that's our movie. So once you come up with a movie, they give you a rating. So this shows the commercial appeal of 7.9, and this one shows the artistic appeal of a 7.8. People, your producers, actors, and everything do get experience. As you can see by the stars and the experience bars. Film's commercial and artistic appeal may change over each stage of development. The film Blind Love received these ratings after work on the script was completed. Screenwriter Herbert Ford loves writing romances, and thanks to his experience and talent, the love story turned out touching and memorable. The story's elements came together to form a coherent whole. So your producers that have a favorite genre, they have a least favorite genre. You'll get better points if you pick the right ones. Oh, he died. After pre-production, the film's rating rose even higher. Casting famous actors is the surest way to boost commercial and artistic appeal, but other factors also influence the ratings, including quality scenery and modern equipment. After the production phase, the film's commercial appeal declined. The lead actor became seriously ill. He couldn't dance with all of his energy. However, the film's artistic appeal grew. Joe Duvall tried to make up for the film's lack of spectacle with subtle acting. Production problems were reflected in the lengthened schedule. Unfortunately, the actor passed away after finishing his work on the film. So we spent $431 dues so far. Okay, so this is how the creators of Blind Love imagine the potential audience. When you start shooting your own pitches, you'll identify your own audiences. Blind Love is a romantic comedy with a happy ending. The film will interest viewers of any age and gender and is suitable for family viewing. Okay, so that was the intro. Time to send this footage to post-production to complete the film. Click on the movie card. So we need to assign employees to handle editing and scoring. At present, the studio's personnel are not the most qualified, but over time, they will grow. So we need to pick an editor. We have 2 editors. And they each have happiness and they have loyalty. We'll put her in there. Throw you in there. Now we need to pick a film developer. Let's go medium quality there. For music, we'll go medium quality. For sound recording, we'll go medium quality. And we will start post-production. I love all the little animations in the back of everything. You've planned out post-production, but until you assign a head of department head, you won't be able to get things moving. To hire new employees, first appoint a HR director. So we need a human resources director. Each of them have salaries. Once again, they have loyalty and happiness. I don't know, we'll pick you. You seem the happiest out of them all. Okay, so hire post-production head, hire distribution head, hire maintenance head. So, we need to hire a maintenance person. A head of maintenance, there we go. A head of post-production. Well, you're a very happy chappy. I think we'll pick you. Post-production has begun. Here you can see once this reaches the end, then post-production will be done. And we need to hire a head of distribution. Let's pick you. So now we have to build a script department. So to build a script, to build in this, you have to just pick where you want it, and then you pick a company, and it will be produced. It builds its own roads and that. And speed up, slow down progress. We're just gonna let that run through. Up here, I'll tell you all the other movies that are being produced by other theaters and released. It's one of those games where it's nice and slow. It's nice, slow paced. It's not overly hectic. You can basically run it for the most part on like a higher speed. Okay, so we get every now and then you'll get events. So this is Johnny Payne. I got divorced a couple of years ago and I figured I was out of chances until I met Gilda. We spent all our time together. We can't get enough of each other. It's always like that at the beginning, but we've been together for a year now. We're like a drug to each other. Feel guilty even mentioning it, but when Gilda visits me at work, I absolutely cannot concentrate. She enraptures me. Yesterday, I nearly made a mistake in the paperwork that could have cost the studio a lot of money. Please do me a favor, help me fight this addiction. Let's introduce some kind of access control so Gilda can't just be walking in my office. I mean, not gonna lie, I mean, if I had a beautiful woman coming in my office and laying on my desk like that, I'd be distracted as well. So, we can either increase his loyalty by 10, but decrease his happiness. Or we can increase his happiness and decrease his loyalty. You know what? I want you happy because happy people work better. So up here you can see that we got $4.5 million. So Blind Love. Oh, that went down. And that went down. The film's commercial and artistic ratings dropped a bit. Don't be upset, you did everything you could. Your studio still has low-level technology and employees. So he grabs some experience, they grab some experience, they grab some experience. Everyone grabs experience. Everybody gets experience. So now, we get to pick a poster. Let's pick that one. And this is the release calendar. We'll be using this a lot as we bring out our own movies. So the release calendar displays all the films being shown across America for the foreseeable future. Studio's previous owners already chose a release date for this film. So on our next film, we'll have to worry about this and worry about all these other movies. You don't just own a studio, but a whole network of 91 cinemas. You can run your films at your cinemas for free, but that's not going to be enough to reach a wide audience. You'll have to rent other theaters if you want a solid box office receipts. So this is already all set up for us. The studio's previous owners already arranged this and paid for the film's rental costs. In the first week, the film is scheduled to be shown in 7,185 times. Some 3,185 of these screenings will take place in your own cinemas, which means we don't have to pay rent, leaving 4,000 screenings across other cinemas. Screenings and rentals are scheduled out 4 weeks from release. Once they expire, you can extend them. I'll start by printing the copies. Once again, you need a contractor for that. Typical film begins promotions a few weeks before the premiere, so the advertising has time to gain momentum. The studio's previous owners have already arranged all that for us. So now we need to tell the world who should come watch our movie. So we've got 3. So they're paid up for 3 films. So we'll pick this one for the whole family. And now we've got 44 days there. Okay. So another, wow, this one's got a lot of writing. When you ask me, Blind Love is a surefire hit, a farewell film for a younger star. The story has a soul, but it will all go waste unless it's released at the right moment. The studio's former owners were mindful of these things. They scheduled production. When the old studio closed its doors, those parasites from Imagine Pictures decided Blind Love would never see the light of day. I don't know who was pulling the strings, but they convinced all the theater owners to give them our slots. So we can either let them know that a deal's a deal, or we can put our thing back 3 weeks. A deal's a deal. I got lawyers. So up here we have influence points. I can't remember what that other one is. Reputation. We can use these basically to go up against some of the things that come up. Some of the events. I couldn't even think there for a minute. But so we're just waiting now for that to release. Okay. Construction of the script department is going according to plan so far, but there's a small snag. According to the architect's vision, a large red leaf of maple should be in the central decorative element. The contractors found a suitable tree in a reserve on the border between Ontario and Minnesota and already agreed on a price and transportation, but the inspector who issues the permit is playing coy. He says he can't say how long the paperwork will take. Well, we know as well as I do, sometimes you need to grease the gears. $200 cash for the tree will be on the road to California tonight. So we got the pick here. We can either pay a bribe or wait. This is our bribe money, quite frankly. Yeah, a bribe works. Okay, so construction is now completed of our script department. So now we need a head for that. Here you go, you're happy. You gotta be careful with the loyalty in that because they can, because they'll get like headhunted and stuff. So we get to pick three of our favorite genres, which we will focus on. And there's our writers. And now we get to pick a new script. So they come up with a couple ideas for us. So we can have a drama on a tropical island with a clumsy oaf, an action in the Wild West with a knight, an action in an American city with a cop. Thriller, comedy, and romance. I can get anything that's special out. Well, you can do that. You can do that one. And you can write that one. So we're going to have three script ideas coming in. And now it wants us to pick an upgrade. So it wants us to pick this one. So that's basically going to... One of the things I do enjoy is it does... I think it changes the look, if I remember correctly. But we've almost got our first movie out, and then we can pick an upgrade for that one too, can't we? Yes, we can. So we'll pick a film lab. Because we can. And here we will pick... Let's go marketing. Okay, so we can either add a tagline or just release a film. We're just going to release the film. So we got A+ for audience reviews. Four-star rating. Oh, 5-star rating. 4-star rating. So we've got really good ratings. So once again, experience comes in for people. For everybody involved. So we spent $493,000. Let's see if we can make some muns. But in the meantime, we're going to go through and... The red ones aren't available in the demo, so we can only go one way there. So... We'll go there. We're going to go that way. Ethnic composition. So that way we can hire illegals. I don't really think I... Got legal department. We'll go there. I don't really think I need a loan right now is the problem. So now I need a production department and a pre-production department, but we've already made $1.7 million in our movie, which means we're already at profit. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave this one here. So the first 4 weeks we made 1.6 million. We're still making a whole bunch more gross than renting, so let's extend it. But yeah, as I said, we're going to leave this one here, and I'll be back with episode 2 because this is actually fun, and I hope that you are having a very, very good time. And if you are, hit that like button and subscribe button, and come on back, ladies and gentlemen.